There was a time when you believed that they were watching. Not just watching, analysing, judging, measuring. As if every move you made was scrutinised. As if every word you spoke was carved into stone, forever defining you. And yet, was that ever really true? Or was it just a trick of the mind? Because what if they were never really looking at you at all? What if all this time they were too busy, trapped in their own thoughts, lost in their own fears, worried about their own image? Think about it. How often do you replay other people's mistakes? How often do you dissect someone else's every action, every word, every detail? Exactly. And if you don't, then why would they? And the moment you realise this, the moment this truth begins to settle into every part of you, something changes, a weight lifts. That invisible pressure to perform, to be perfect, to shape yourself into something acceptable vanishes. Because you were never being judged. You were never being analysed. You were never being watched the way you imagined. And that means you're free. Free to speak without fear. Free to express without hesitation. Free to move, to breathe, to live. Fully, completely, authentically. And as this truth takes root, as it rewires the deepest layers of your being, something else becomes clear. What if you were never broken? What if there was never anything wrong with you? What if every rule you imposed on yourself, every limit you believed in, every way you tried to control, suppress, hide yourself, wasn't protection but a prison? And what happens when the prisoner realises the door was never locked? What happens when you really see, that every belief, every fear, every hesitation was never real? You step out, you let go, you walk free. And as you do, something inside awakens. A power, a certainty, a knowing. You don't need permission to be yourself. You don't need approval to take up space. The only thing standing between you and the life you truly desire was the illusion you just shattered. And now you're awake. So, what do you do with this power? Because once you see the truth, there's no going back, is there? Because there was a time when it felt like the world was watching. Like every movement, every word, every step was being examined, evaluated, judged. And yet, whose eyes were truly watching? Were they looking at you? Or were they lost in their own minds? Because as you sit here now, as you allow this moment to settle, you begin to notice something. The mind creates stories. The mind spins illusions. And for so long, it created the illusion that others were watching, measuring, keeping track. But were they really? Or were they too wrapped up in their own thoughts, their own insecurities, their own worries about what you might think of them? Because as this realization deepens, as it spreads through every fibre of your being, something begins to shift. A weight that was never really there lifts. That pressure, that fear, that invisible force keeping you small was never real to begin with. It's just an illusion, a habit of the mind. And now you're free. Free to speak, free to express, free to feel, free to live. Because what happens when you release a belief that no longer serves you? What happens when you step beyond the limitations that were never really yours? You open, you expand, you breathe. And as you breathe, as you feel this freedom settling in, there's something else, something deeper, something that changes everything. What if you never needed permission to be yourself? What if you never had to prove anything to anyone? Because the truth is, you never did. And now, as this knowing sinks in, you begin to notice something new. A shift in the way you carry yourself. A lightness in your energy. A power that was always there. Now fully awakened. Because now you see clearly. People don't remember your words. They don't remember the little mistakes, the awkward moments, the things you worried about for days. No. They remember your energy. They remember how you made them feel. And now you know this. Now you feel this truth in every cell of your being. You know exactly what to do. You uplift, you inspire, you radiate kindness, confidence, joy. Because that's who you truly are. That's who you've always been. And as this realization locks in, it's impossible to go back. Because once you see the illusion for what it is, you can never unsee it. And you don't want to, because this is freedom. And it's yours now. It's always been yours. And now you claim it.